Hollyoaks star Anna Passey Sienna's big new story. Hollyoaks spoilers follow. Hollyoaks launches a major new storyline for Sienna Blake next week as she spots an opportunity to scam a rich nobleman. Sienna heads to the Chester races with her boyfriend Ethan Williams, but when the pair get separated, she wastes little time before turning her attentions to show newcomer Rafe Harcourt instead. As Rafe, the Earl of D, charms Sienna in a VIP lounge at the event, the village schemer seems to be in her element as she enjoys living the high life. However, viewers soon discover that Sienna doesn't have romance in mind as she tries to hatch a scam at Rafe's expense. Here, Anna Passey, who plays Sienna, shares more details of what's in store. Sienna is about to face a financial setback when Stare has to sack her from Deadly Sheen to cut costs. Will Sienna be able to separate friendship and business when she hears the news? Sienna's really sad when Stare sacks her, obviously. I think she's quite heartbroken by that because it was a partnership and something she was quite proud to be a part of. She was really kicked out of the club. Even though she'll be very upset with Stare, I do think she will put her friendship with him first. I think she will be angry with him until he needs her, and when he needs her, she'll be there. Double quote. How are things between Sienna and Ethan, and what makes them work so well together? Sienna has definitely toned down Ethan's bad boy behavior. I think that Ethan has learned a lot from Sienna. In a way, Ethan is with somebody that has been there and done that, so he trusts a lot of what she says. Ethan is like a really good blend of all of Sienna's past relationships because he's not as straight-edged as Brody was, but he's not as wild as Warren is. He has some lovely qualities that Brody had and Warren has. I think Ethan is just enough excitement for Sienna, but she can rely on him and trust him. One of the things she absolutely loves about him is that he never judges her behavior or her past and accepts her fully for who she is. She can completely let her Sienna show when she's around him. I think that Ethan wanted out of his crime bad boy life as he didn't really get there by choice, he got led astray over time. So I think that now he has Sienna, he gets that dangerous living from her but he still gets to be a better person. They definitely keep each other on their toes. Double quote. How was it filming at the Chester races for next week's scenes? Chester races was so fun to film and a really great location. I had only gone there once for a photo shoot but I had never been to the actual races. We had such a nice day. The day was beautifully sunny and we had a really nice group of people, some characters that I don't get to work with very often. So it was lovely to have stuff with them and we had loads of supporting artists, which is always really nice. It was also nice to do those first scenes with Rafe on location as it always feels like you're stepping into a slightly bigger world when you're on location. It almost feels like anything could happen. Double quote. Sienna has always been drawn to the upper class life. Should Ethan be worried with the appearance of Lord Rafe? I think Sienna has always been drawn to a slightly upper class life and that's definitely a hangover from being her father's daughter. I think everything when it came to Patrick Blake had to be the best, so Sienna's standards had to be high. She's grown up thinking that that's how it should be, and if she had all of those things, life would be better. I think Ethan should be a little worried because someone has shown up who seems to be offering everything that Sienna feels like she wants. But I think Ethan knows that she loves him. I think what we all know is that Rafe can offer her all the money in the world, but it wouldn't replace what she has with Ethan. Double quote. Can you tell us more about what happens between Sienna and Rafe? When Sienna is at the races, she's there to put a bet on a horse after Ethan received a tip-off from his friend Dino. However, when she gets there, the Lord tries to persuade her into the direction of a different horse. He seems to have an awful lot more knowledge about the subject than Sienna and Ethan do. I don't think it's that Sienna doesn't trust Ethan, I think she doesn't trust his mate Dino down at the kebab shop. She's presented with what looks like a better option, so I think there's some concern there. Obviously with gambling, nothing is ever a sure bet. If Sienna doesn't take the advice of the expert who owns race horses, She'll be kicking herself if that one wins and she didn't listen. So I think it's a tough spot for her and she has to make a very quick decision. Double quote. Sienna pretends to Rafe that she's a human rights lawyer and hopes to swindle him, doesn't she? Yes, in these episodes you see Sienna pretending to be a human rights lawyer. We know she's quite good at lying, so I think she puts on a good show. But I think it's only going to work if he's only going to be there fleetingly. I think if he stays any longer in the village he's bound to realize that she's not a human rights lawyer. I'm not sure she can keep up the act for that long, but I'm sure she'll give it a good go. Double quote. Next week is also Eurovision week in Hollyoaks, including a cameo performance from Sonia. How are you planning on celebrating it? It's Eurovision week for Hollyoaks and I know we have some very special guests coming. The village is all really excited, it's all been really nicely decorated, and I know there's been a big buzz around Eurovision week. Obviously it is in Liverpool, which is where we film, so you can really feel it in the city. Everybody's really excited to be the host city and there's a really good atmosphere around it. I will be joining in by doing an event at Exchange Flags on Saturday, the 13th of May. Myself and Anna's partner, Kyle Pryor, work with a lovely company called Good Market Liverpool, and it supports loads of really brilliant independent makers from the city. They're doing a big visitor market where people can come and buy lovely produced items. My company with Kyle, Kip Campbell Co., is going to be there as part of that. We are really looking forward to it. And I think it's going to be a long excitement. We are going to get to meet loads of different people all over, and it's a nice way to showcase some of the best independent companies. Double quote. Hollyoaks streams first online via Channel 4, with new episodes dropping each weekday morning. The show airs Mondays to Fridays at 6:30 p.m. on Channel 4, and at 7 p.m. on E4. Selected omnibus episodes are available via Prime Video. Read more Hollyoaks spoilers on our dedicated homepage. You might also like Animal Crossing New Horizons is finally announced on Nintendo Switch. How to watch Amazon Prime on your TV, smartphone and tablet, and enjoy Good Omens online. Nintendo to release 2 new Switch consoles this year.